Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're getting into something pretty shadowy. We're looking at the hidden financial side of cybercrime.
That's right.
Specifically, these things called Mule accounts. And there's been this huge police operation in Haryana, India. It's really shining a light on some, well, serious weak spots in banking and how we can protect, your money.
Exactly. And, to really get a handle on cybercrime, you can't just look at the scams themselves. You have to follow the money, understand the financial plumbing they use. That's where the real picture emerges.
Okay, so let's unpack that. For listeners who maybe haven't heard the term, what exactly is a Mule account when we talk about cybercrime?
Right. So think of a Mule account as basically a temporary holding bay. It's a bank account,
Yeah.
often set up with fake details. Maybe someone was tricked into opening it. And criminals use it just to move stolen money through. It helps them kind of layer the funds, make them harder to trace back.
Just a pass through. And how widespread is this in the Haryana situation? You mentioned a crackdown.
Oh, it's significant. Police flagged 91 bank branches. 91. And the hotspots, 26 branches in Gurugram, 24 in Nuh. These numbers are pretty staggering.
91 branches. That sounds less like random scams and more like, well, organized networks, doesn't it?
It absolutely points towards organization.
But it makes you ask the big question, how are these accounts even getting opened? And maybe more importantly, how are they staying active, sometimes for months within the system?
Precisely. And that's where the investigation gets really interesting and, frankly, concerning. They're digging into major lapses in how banks operate. Could be negligence, could even be bank staff potentially colluding.
Collusion. Wow. Okay, give us an example. What did they find in these reads?
Well, get this. In Yamunagar, they found a current account for a business. Officially, this business was closed down back in March. But the account, still active. And it handled transactions worth 43 lakh after it was supposed to be shut. Plus, there were 8 complaints linked to it from across the country.
43 lakh after closure. That's not just slipping through the cracks.
Not at all. And another case, a different current account. This one opened using a completely fake address. It processed around 2 crore in just 3 months. 3 months. And racked up 33 separate complaints.
Okay, so these aren't small errors. These are big procedural failures. You mentioned KYC earlier.
Yes, KYC, know your customer. These are the basic identity checks banks have to do. And when these fail or are maybe deliberately bypassed, it's like leaving the door wide open for criminals. It's the oxygen they need. This really underlines what the DGP, Shatrajit Kapoor, was saying. Banks have a shared responsibility here. Protecting people's money isn't just a police job.
Right, it's a shared responsibility. So given these systemic issues being exposed, what's the strategy now? How is Haryana fighting back?
It looks like a pretty robust, multi-pronged approach. They're putting bank branches under much stricter monitoring, analyzing suspicious transactions faster, conducting regular raids, and crucially, holding people accountable, both bank officials and these specific cyber nodal officers.
Cyber nodal officers, what role do they play?
They're kind of the key contact point, the liaison between the banks and the police for cyber fraud cases. So making sure they're effective is vital.
Okay, so a tighter grip on the banks, faster analysis, accountability. Makes sense.
Absolutely. And this multi-pronged strategy is essential because the criminals don't stand still. Inspector General Shibas Kabiraj pointed out new tactics emerging, like something called digital arrests.
Digital arrests? What's that?
It sounds quite scary, actually. Fraudsters get victims on video calls, pretending to be police or government officials. They use intimidation tactics, maybe show fake badges or documents to scare people into sending money.
Wow, that's taking impersonation to a whole new level.
It is, and it's a stark reminder of that crucial advice. Genuine police, genuine government agencies, they will never demand money or your sensitive details over the phone or a video call, ever.
That's such an important point to repeat. So for you listening, the big takeaway here really is that cybercrime goes way beyond just dodgy emails. It's a complex system that exploits weaknesses, particularly in finance. Understanding these Mule accounts, how the money flows, that's key to seeing the real threat.
And it leaves us with a thought to chew on, doesn't it? As technology races ahead and criminals get more sophisticated, how much more proactive do banks and financial institutions need to become? Is just reacting enough anymore? And what new kinds of vigilance do we all need as individuals to truly keep our digital financial lives safe?